had a long road trip, probably our longest distance-wise in conference play. We flew to Norfolk and played Old Dominion, a team that has played well but had trouble closing out games. And fortunately, it happened again. They made a little bit of a push in the second half, but we were able to keep it a two-possession game for the majority of it and pull out a win. We didn't shoot the ball very well, but Hosanna Katinge had a tremendous game, had, 13 points, I think, and 17 rebounds. And he did a great job for us there. We didn't shoot the ball particularly well either. And that carried over, unfortunately, into our game at App State. Went into that game hoping to grab one on the road, and heck, we'd won 4 in a row, I think, conference road games. And we're also only one of 3 teams that has a winning record in conference play on the road. So that'll continue. We need to move on to the next one this week. But we didn't do what we needed to do at App State. We rebounded the ball well. We shot free throws well, but unfortunately we only shot 5, and they got 17. And speaking of that, it was I was shared this nugget from Tom this morning that's the 8th time since I've been here that a team has had less than 10 fouls against us, and we never got in a 1-on-1. So it's happened 8 times in 14 years, and then 3 times this year. And that's hard to overcome sometimes. We rebounded the ball well. Our defense was good at times. We had some mental breakdowns, some mental discipline mistakes that let a couple of their guys get going. One of them being Marsh, who we knew could heat it up, and he had a big game in a short amount of time for them and was really a difference maker late. We didn't shoot the ball well. The second half, we were 1 for 10 from 3, whereas they made theirs. And then we've got to get Kentrell, Kobe, and Joe shooting the ball like they're capable of shooting it. We had open looks. We just didn't make them. And those guys are in the gym working hard, and we'll try to get that corrected this week before we go to Monroe. Monroe's on a roll. I don't know exactly. I think they'd won 6 of 8 before the other night, maybe even more than that. But they've played really good since we played them here, and they rebound the ball extremely well. LaCour has played better. I don't think he scored against us and really didn't play the second half, but he's been really big for them. And they had a great win at Southern Miss the other night. They led wire to wire in a big game for them, and then headed to Troy. Didn't have it at Troy and got beat pretty good. But they'll be ready for us. It'll be a big game, as it always is at Fant Ewing, and we're looking forward to competing and getting back on the court.
Can you talk about the improvement about Hosanna Katinge, maybe his biggest challenge of the year going up against Absent, and Absent was held in check, and he dominated, 23 and 13?
Yeah, he took it to him. And on the trip, Dave, he averaged, 18 points, 15 rebounds. Pretty good road swing. But he's playing at a high level, and his game was no different than the game he had at Arkansas State. But in that game, Themis, Joe, Kobe, Kentrell all played well too, and we won. And if we would have had another guy, at least one, maybe 2 guys play well against App, we would have won that game. But Hosanna got us off to a great start. Rebounded the ball. He scored against a really good shot blocker. He was able to use the rim and reverse and get some baskets in. We've been working on his three-point shot. We told him to take one early in the game, and he made it. And then he took one more and missed. But he's got a good touch. He was playing with a lot of confidence and playing extremely well.
How much do you think him having lost some weight contributes to that?
I think it's helped a lot. He's dropped about 20 pounds probably since he's been here. He wasn't able to practice this summer, so he didn't really start until the last week of August with Oliver Houston and BJ Duplantis, our strength coach and trainer. But he's done a really good job, and he's worked really hard in the play, and he's just continued to get in shape, and really happy for the young man. He's worked hard. And, back to Dave's question, one of their coaches stopped me after the game and said that he had remembered H at Coastal, and what you've done with him is just unbelievable. But it's not us. It's about the young man. He's working. He's having fun. and he's having the most success that he's had playing basketball.
How much of the lost weight is just during the course of the season, you know, or how much of it is, man, I got to lose 20 pounds, or was that not?
I think it's a little bit of both. We encouraged him to lose weight, and I think he did lose some, but you're right, the wear and tear of the season will get you. And, you look at guys like Mike Thomas, and we're trying to keep them over the Mendoza line. I mean, they're at 150. We've got to – it's hard to maintain. The freshmen always lose. You know, Kobe's done a good job with his situation and certainly his diet, and he's and probably as slim as he's ever been.
London Fields was able to kind of come off the bench and be a big spark for you guys against App State. What would you like to see more from him as he continues to develop?
Just needs more time, and I can help him in that area for sure. He came in. He's been practicing so well, shooting the ball extremely well. And we go to Old Dominion, and he doesn't get in the game. And then he turns around in this game. I got him in there for Kobe to rest Kobe, and hits his first three-point shot, and then hits his next one, and then misses one and hits another one, and got a rebound and scored and made 2 free throws. So he had 13 points in a short amount of time. He's got the strength and the athleticism to play, and we're going to need him down the stretch. You know, and I probably should have played him more the second half if I'd known that Kobe and Kentrell weren't going to make a 3 in the second half. I probably would have played London.
So getting back to Hosanna, like, is he getting more rebounds from what y'all are watching on film because he is quicker and he's just getting balls that he was slower to getting to, or is he just like this is a dramatic improvement in rebound?
Yeah, he's done tremendous, and the guy that's been hurt in all this is Joe, because he's got to up his game to keep leading the league in rebounding, and he was limited on this trip to maybe 9 and 6. But H is just going after it. He's got good, strong hands. He's got a good frame, very skilled player. And once he gets his hands on a ball, he can usually come up with it in a crowd.
Y'all have been real good at being steady, but I'm sure they were in first place. They hadn't lost a home game all year. People have been talking about them since, for a while now. Was there a little more emphasis amongst the players for this game, and then what about the next game after a game?
Well, the App game was important for a lot of reasons. I mean, we've had a lot of success there. They've only beaten us one time in Boone and one time here in Lafayette. They haven't been here since 19, so 5 years. We will play them here next season, but the guys were ready to play. It was a game for us, to be honest. I mean, we felt like if we ran the table, you'd have a chance to win and you'd automatically be third. But it would hang a loss on those guys. So everybody else in the conference was pulling for us for sure. But just to keep our road streak going, again, third best in the conference. I think we've got the third best net in the conference. And it's like I tell the guys, it tells me that we're the third best team in the conference. So we need to continue to push and try to get ready. But, yeah, our guys wanted to win this game, and they were really disappointed.
Sometimes you have to give the other team credit. Obviously, y'all were up 9. Y'all made a steal, then they made a steal, and it just kind of seemed to turn the momentum. But, I mean, after that, they hit some pretty incredible three-point shots. How much of it do you think that 25-8 run was them, and how much of it was maybe things that y'all didn't do quite?
It was both. For sure. Mike had the ball on the break, had Joe with him. They had a really good back tip, stole the ball, and that's what started 25-8 or something like that. It was a crazy run. And we were missing open shots. That's the thing, too. And that's where I was talking about those 3 guys earlier. We got good looks several times and took good shots for most of the game, but we didn't make shots we're normally making. And if we do, we win that game. But you can't go and not make shots on the road against a good team and win. Marsh played great down the stretch. They got a couple of easy baskets. We made a mistake defensively a couple of times, let them score. And the game just got away from us right there at the end. It was very similar to Toledo, except Toledo, they stopped and they let them shoot free throws every time. So frustrating that we weren't able to finish the game the way we wanted to.
You guys are currently sitting 4th in the standings. Obviously, you want to stay in that top 4. what is going to be kind of the number one key for you guys to not only pick up wins, but just being able to maintain that position?
Well, we just got to continue to win. And as I said earlier, we've played well on the road, especially in conference, and we need to go continue that. I think the teams that we've lost to on the road this year are 86-10, maybe. I mean, it's incredible what their record is, and Marshall's got 5 of those losses. So 5 of the 10. But just continue to go play good basketball, get great shots, got to get better defensively. Our rebounding's picked up, but we've got to get a little bit better defensively.
What worked real well the first time against ULM? And, I mean, obviously, they, like you said, they've been playing pretty well, and I'm sure they'll try to change some things up. And how does that play into this match?
The game here, we got off to a so-so start, and then we caught fire and got a nice lead going into the half. And in the second half, we had Monroe frustrated a little bit, and we're able to win the game. So this time going in, it'll be a challenge up there. We're going to have to battle them on the glass. They'll come up with some new wrinkle, and we'll have to be ready to guard and to keep a couple of guys from scoring a lot of points.
The big guy scored a lot in the first half, but then y'all kind of shut him down in the second half, as I remember. Has he been a big part of what they're doing?
He's been good for them, for sure. But, you know, and that's okay sometimes to let a guy get 2s when they're not making 3s. And I haven't looked at the box yet, but last time we played Monroe, I would think we won the 3-point game pretty good. You know, to shoot the ball as well as we did at home against Bowling Green, had a great first half, second half, great game, and then we go on the road and don't shoot it as well. You know, that was frustrating. And we're going to have to get some confidence shooting the ball again and take it all the way into Pensacola.